Today the High Court of Australia found Aboriginal Australians were not subject to the alien powers in the Constitution and could therefore not be deported under immigration law.
Here's a summary of the article.
The High Court has found Aboriginal people occupy a special place and are exempt from immigration laws, after considering the cases of 2 men facing deportation for criminal convictions. In a 4-3 split, the High Court today found Aboriginal Australians were not subject to the alien powers in the Constitution and could therefore not be deported under immigration law. The court stopped short of clearing Mr. Love entirely, saying they could not reach agreement on whether he was an Aboriginal person on the facts stated in the case. Lawyers for the pair told the High Court that Aboriginal people could not be alien to Australia. Aboriginal Australians are a permanent part of the Australian community, they wrote in a submission. The submissions also stated that at Federation, Aboriginal people were not considered aliens under the Constitution. The Commonwealth told the court any person who is not a citizen is an alien under the law, and that Mr. Thorns and Mr. Love owe their allegiance to the countries they were born in.
This post received a score of 26,779, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
For people who aren't bothering to read past the title, this has come up because these guys were not born in Australia, do not have citizenship and have committed crimes, but have Aboriginal heritage. This is not Australia trying to throw out Australian-born Indigenous people.
Greater than not born in Australia and have committed crimes once. That was all that was required for Australia citizenship.
Brilliant.
This is an ubiquitous, low-effort joke lifted from any comment section about Australia. I was applying for Australian citizenship and the interviewer asked, "Do you have a criminal record?" I said, "No. Is that still required?"
Also add, emu wore deadly wildlife living upside down.
Seems like a no-brainer.
The complication is that they were not born in Australia. I was thinking, where the fuck are you proposing to deport them to, but do hold membership to Aboriginal communities here.
If an Aussie couple were living abroad and had a kid, would they have to apply for their child's citizenship or would they be Australian by birthright?
Oddly, from the Indian Embassy website.
Both former British colonies, so maybe they have a lot of travel between the two?
Yeah, Australia has a large Indian population. In my suburb, 9.81% were born in India. In 2017-18 India, with median age of 34 years and 2.4% population of Australia, was the largest source of new permanent annual migrants to Australia since 2016, an overall third largest source nation of cumulative total migrant population behind England and China, 20.5% or 33,310 out of 162,417 Australian permanent resident visas went to the Indians, who also additionally had 70,000 students were studying in Australian universities and colleges.
In almost every burb in G7 English-speaking countries, there's probably 10% from India ATM. Indians have been immigrating slowly into other countries, normally starting via higher education. Absolutely nothing wrong, odd about it, and it's not like a lot of Indians are immigrating relative to India's 1 billion population, but even 1% yearly is about 10 million people, which is quite a lot for G7 to accommodate without noticing more people in your neighborhood.
10% of G7 populations are Indian? You need to think that through, because it makes absolutely no sense. They are 1% of the US, 2.5% of the UK, 4% of Canada, less than 0.1% in France, less than 0.1% in Japan, less than 0.1% in Italy, less than 0.1% of Germany.
I guess no one reads articles, just the headlines. It's appalling. It's Reddit.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.